運ぶよ酸素酸素体中の隅から隅へだけど広く
Alright, so here's the deal. Ever since I saw the first episode of Cells at Work, this video has been nagging me in the back of my mind. It's a bother, and I simply can't move on to other things before I clear it. So if you don't mind me, I'm gonna be gushing for the next couple of minutes. Cells at Work is, without a doubt, the best anime of 2018. Yes, currently, as I'm writing this, there's only one episode out at the moment. That's how hard this anime impacted me. Now, before I go in to explain to you why I can make such a claim, I need to preface this by two things. First off, obviously, this is my opinion. Different people will have different tastes, so overall, still take this video with a grain of salt. If your favorite anime is fucking Citrus, I'm not gonna fight you in the parking lot over it. But the second thing I need to bring up, so you understand my adoration for this anime, is that I love medical stuff. It is a passion. Ask my friend Joey, the anime man, Akidiris, I never shut the fuck up about medical stuff because I find the domain fascinating. Now, this brings me back to Cells at Work, which is simply too cleverly brilliant. If you go in without any idea of the anime, the show is, well, somewhat medical. That would have been a weird thing to bring up otherwise if it wasn't. But the story is about the cells in your body. They've been personified for added flavor, and as far as the first episode goes, because again, that's all I've seen as I'm making this video, you follow a red blood cell whose job is to deliver oxygen to the various parts of the body. But she's new at the job and she gets lost easily. Along with her is a white blood cell whose job is to protect the body from various infection. One day, the body gets infected by the pneumococcal bacteria. If afflicted by that, you develop ear infections, sinus infections, you can get meningitis, bacteremia, and if it hits the lungs, pneumonia. Clearly not a trifle bacteria. So it's up to the white blood cell team to take them out before they can do any damage to the body. Unfortunately, one escape and they must track it down. That's when white blood cell husbando team up with red blood cell waifu to find the missing bacteria. Now here's the part where I start gushing. Isn't the red blood cell outfit cool? It's such a clever design. Top half red for obvious reason, but the bottom is blue. There's a myth that says that deoxygenated blood cells are blue. Now this is false, of course. Deoxygenated blood is simply darker red. You'll notice it if you ever see packets of bloods meant for transfusion. They're simply a dark red. There isn't any blue blood ever. The misconception comes from the veins in your body appearing blue, but that's a simple light phenomenon. But I love that they incorporated that in the design of the outfit. Or the fact that the spleen looks like a church when medically it's the place that stores and recycles platelets and blood cells. Speaking of platelets, they're not only super cute, their job is to clot the blood as to not bleed out, and they portray that by doing road work. Isn't it fucking clever? They just pour cement to patch the whole thing. Am I the only one amazed by this analogy? And then there's the killer T-cell that they've made into some kind of SWAT unit, which is fitting considering their job is purely to exterminate any contaminated cell regardless of what they are. Them being meathead jock is just too good. Or when the white blood cells slip through the vent cause he can permeate through blood vessels walls. Or the fucking rocket sneeze. I'm sorry, I just really like the show, man. Every metaphor, every analogy just have me grin out like the biggest idiot the whole time I was watching the episode. And that's what a great show should be able to do. Now, I hear you, I'm sure the more skeptical of you are like, well, what if the anime takes a bad turn and it goes to shit? Then my claim of it being the best anime of 2018 wouldn't stand. Well, that's possible. But as opposed to something like Darling in Franxx, the stakes aren't really high on this anime because so far it's shaping up to be an episodic type of series, where every episode is independent to the rest, maybe some slight character progression, but beyond that, it's new stories and event happening every episode. And because of that, if the whole anime was this very single episode, I would still praise it just as much, because it went full circle. You had the premise, you had a problem, and they solved it. Nicely wrapped with a bow on top. Now, of course, the anime isn't flawless, and I wouldn't be so blind as to claim it is. For example, the size chart is all bunkers. A red blood cell is about 8 to 10 times bigger than a bacteria or a virus, so having them the same size is clearly not medically accurate. But for the sake of this being a comedy anime, I'm gonna go ahead and put that complaint in the creative liberty zone. Overall, I think it's a great comedy to boot, lovable characters. I mean, if Red Blood Chan doesn't become your waifu or White Blood San your husbando, can you really consider yourself an anime fan at all? I ask you. The 3D CGI is so seamless, I bet you didn't even notice it until I brought it up. And the soundtrack is just blissfully pleasing. Listen to this ending theme song.
Happy good day 君に向かってなんてじゃなくても It's okay all okay だから Happy good day
Doesn't it just bring your spirit back up? Now here's the thing, Buttercup, I'm not gonna try and convince you to check it out. If you're not interested in biology or comedy, this will be thoroughly lost on you. I made this video purely for my sake because I am absolutely enamored with it. It's my anime of this season and I will devour every episode that comes out. But if I did manage to convince you to check it out, then I'd say this was a successful time investment. I hope this anime becomes incredibly popular so we can have many seasons of it. So what's your opinion on Cells at Work? Do you find it fun? Do you hate it? Do you have another anime you prefer watching this season? I'll be doing my top 10 summer lineup later this week. Spoiler alert, Cells at Work wins. But there's still some other great shows coming out this season that you should check out. Thanks for watching. If you like my stuff, feel free to leave a thumbs up and join the ranks of you the viewer by subscribing. Have a fun watch and I'll catch you guys next time. Fuck that. By the time it took me to finish editing this video, episode 2 came out, and it's even better! Have you seen the platelets? They're so kawaii, they might be from Hawaii. I take it back, best character is Lolly Platelet. The medical accuracy is just as delectable in its subtlety, like that shot that shows the skin is at 400 micrometers. This is just simple stuff, but it's the tiny details. Or even the blood clotting, how it ends up making a scab at the end. Look, I've made a point, the show is awesome, and episode 2 just further confirmed that I was right to like it. This anime is pure gold, and to me, it's the anime of the year.
血管の中は平和です
Been through the hard times, I've been on the wrong side, I've been ashamed. So many memories, you know I'd like to change.